Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Ben. Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday morning and we are just getting ready for our overnight trip this weekend. It's a big one. It's Milo's first overnight trip. And I've still got a lot to do. So the plan for this weekend is a quick overnighter. We're heading to the mountains. We're taking Milo on his very first camping trip and I am super excited. But before we can actually hit the road, I've got a lot that I've got to get done. Typically I'd have the rig packed, all of our food and camping gear in there the day before, the night before, something like that. But I spent yesterday finishing up the snorkel install and the video, trying to get that uploaded. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it somewhere up here. You should check that one out. And so that means that I decided I would just get that all done this morning. So I'm gonna get this coffee going, we're gonna get the rig packed, and then we'll be on our way. Let's get to it. All right, so just like that, we're actually packed. It doesn't take too much effort. That is one of the beauties of keeping everything organized in these little bins like this. I've got basically 3 Rubbermaid totes. One is my camp kitchen gear, one is my general camp gear, and one is my dry food storage. Of course, I've got my my recovery bag. This is the Sackware recovery bag in there. I've got my tire repair kit. I've got the air compressor. I keep the recovery straps tucked away in the pocket over here. The water jugs are filled. We've got our camp chairs, and of course we've got the Dometic. Because this is such a short trip, it's mostly beer and whiskey in here, but we do have our food in here as well. So that means there's only one thing left for us to do, and that's to get Milo out on a walk, waste some of his energy, get him tired out so that he'll just sleep on the drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are we going camping, bud?
We're going camping.
All right, so we are all loaded up. We're in the driveway, ready to take off. Because this is a quick overnight trip, like I talked about in my planning a trip video, we're just sticking in like the 2.5 hour driving range, which is also nice because that's about how big this guy's bladder is. So hopefully we'll make it without having to stop to potty. And hopefully we've got everything we need to go camping with a pup. So let's hit the road. All right, we made it to our turnoff, little Forest Service road right off the 108 in sort of the Fraser Flats area of Stanislaus National Forest. It was pretty easy getting here. We did get caught behind a few accidents, get stuck in a little bit of traffic. It ended up taking close to 3 hours, but this little guy did great. He's getting his second potty break of the trip. He's getting to sniff all the wilderness.
What'd you think, dude? Wild scents, huh? Some wild scents?
And we'll probably take this opportunity just to air down a little bit and explore further down some of these Forest Service roads and see if we can't find a good camp spot. We'll catch up with you soon. So we got a little air out of the tires here. We are ready to hit the trail. I'm not anticipating anything too rough here. Again, we're trying to keep it pretty easy, given that it's this dude's very first time out. We want to make sure he's comfortable with this sort of off-road movement of the vehicle without getting too sick or throwing up or anything like that. So that's the plan. you think, dude? Is this your favorite place to sit while we're off-roading? Yeah. All right, I wanted to quickly take you guys on a little campsite tour here. Again, we're in the Stanislaus National Forest, right on the banks of the South Fork of the Stanislaus River. I couldn't imagine a more beautiful place to be camping right now. And I've got to give a huge shout out to my buddy Alvin at Eminence Expeditions on Instagram. You should check him out for giving me the info on this site and telling me I've got to get out here because it is totally worth the trip. We're actually out here on a pretty special day. Today is the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the summer. They're just gonna get shorter from here on out, so this is a pretty special way to be spending it. Given that we are gonna have so much sunlight today, shade is the name of the game. I've got the Roadhouse tarp from Slumberjack Gear set up as the A-frame style tarp. I sort of did a half-assed job, but it's given us plenty of shade. It's keeping us cool as we're approaching sort of the low 90s here today. Got the iKamper set up over here on top of the Forerunner, so that way we can, wake up and face the river. Looking west, we're not gonna get the sun right in our eyes as we're waking up in the morning, so that's really nice. And over here behind me, we've got the pen set up for Milo. He's in here chilling. He's enjoying his shade, listening to the cows go by and the dirt bikers. And then of course, we've got the hammock set up too, because are you really camping if you don't have the hammock set up? So that's about it. It is late afternoon and the sun is still high in the sky. We've got a couple hours to go before we start getting dinner going. Things are gonna be real simple on this trip. Fire restrictions are in full effect already, so we're not gonna be having a campfire, but we are going to be cooking up some pretty delicious food. But in the meantime, we're gonna be playing in the river.
What'd you think of that water? I'm gonna go in. Oh, it's nice.
Is it?
It's nice.
Check that out, dude.
Oh, are you gonna swim with your harness on? Oh my, what do you think?
Look how skinny he is when he's not fluffy.
You wanna swim?
Oh.
Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Yes.
I'll tell you what, this is just about as good as it gets. Cooling off in this river here.
Yes. Oh, look at
Milo's getting a little taste of it. Oh, he's trying it. He's trying it.
There he goes.
Good. So the sun is starting to go down behind the trees and it is turning into a beautiful evening. That means it is time for us to enjoy our beer and get dinner going. We're doing something kind of fun tonight. It's easy to throw together, but incredibly delicious, and that's gourmet grilled cheeses. So let me show you here. Today we're using the butane stove. I really like this guy because the butane is cheap and easy to get. It's small, it's packable, it fits here on this little shelf that I've got on the swing out from Victory 4x4. So that's what we're gonna be cooking it up on. We've got the little fry pan from Stanley here. Here's our bread. Oh my God. This is an olive sourdough loaf from our local bakery. We've got pepper jack cheese. We've got some spicy mustard and mayo that's gonna go on these things. We've got some cheddar. It's gonna be so good. Oh, I think we've got pepperonis too. So we're gonna load these up. We're gonna get them going, and then we're gonna sit down, enjoy the sound of the river, enjoy our delicious grilled cheeses, and really just enjoy finally being back out in nature again. Now, I love this olive loaf. It's got these beautiful Kalamata olives in it. It gives it just enough bite, lets you know there's something in your bread, makes you feel a little bit fancy, makes you feel alive. You can't go wrong. Let me get you on this other side. Maybe that'll help. You know, we're okay with thick slices here. It's a gourmet grilled cheese after all. Oh man, it's beautiful. Again, this would be easier with a bigger knife or a bread knife. When I say quarantine's got me a little rusty here, folks, I also, not only did I forget the bread knife to slice this up with, I forgot the table to work with, so I'm working on top of my Rubbermaid totes here in the back, the action packers that I love. We're making do. We're making do. It's gonna be okay. All right, so here's what we're working with. We've got, oh, can you even see that? We've got some sharp cheddar. We've got some pepper jack. We've got some pepperonis that we're gonna throw in there because why not? We're camping. Spicy brown mustard, and some mayo. Simple as that. Let's get this guy lit here. All right. We're getting hot here. Turn it on medium. And now we build. Here's my 2 tips to really elevate your grilled cheese. The first is simple. Get fancy bread. You're at the bakery at Safeway or wherever you're doing your grocery shopping. Just get something that you wouldn't normally try. Don't get the normal Wonder Bread you get. Get one of the bakery loaves with Asiago cheese on top or with olives in it like we've done here. It's gonna be money, I promise you. Second biggest way to elevate your grilled cheese, slice that bread thick, baby. No one ever complained about thick bread. We've got the bread in the pan. Some of that spicy brown mustard going on there. Just a little layer, just something to say, oh, there's some seasoning in here, you know? Get that spread on there. Oh, it's looking beautiful already. Now for the cheese. Oh, you know, a third quick tip to elevate your grilled cheese, don't skimp on the cheese. Don't skimp on the cheese. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong though. I love a good old-fashioned American cheese, grilled cheese. But shoot, if you can load this thing up with pepper jack, do it. If you can load it up with sharp cheddar, do it. No one's gonna complain. I promise you that. And if someone does complain, probably shouldn't be your friend. Just cut them out of your life. That's what we call a toxic friendship. Ooh. Almost forgot about the pepperoni. Fourth tip to elevate your grilled cheese, throw in something unexpected. Pepperoni, unexpected. Pepperoncinis, unexpected. What else is unexpected that you could throw in a grilled cheese? You could crush up some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Unexpected. Here's what we ended up with. Worst grilled cheeses have been made. I'll tell you what, this is gonna be delicious, even if it's a little more toasted than I may have wanted. You can't go wrong, I'm telling you. I'm about to dive right into this. Milo's enjoying the freedom that camping provides him. He's got his long lead on and 50 feet of freedom to roam in any direction that he chooses. Of course, the direction that he chooses is things he can put in his mouth. Well, with dinner and a couple of beers behind us, I think it is time to get Milo on a walk, try to tire him out before we lose this last little bit of daylight and head to bed. If we're lucky, we'll keep the clouds away and get to see some awesome stars tonight. And we'll pick you back up in the morning. See ya. Good morning, everyone. I gotta say, I think that might have been the best night's sleep we ever had up in the iKamper. I don't know if the stars aligned for us or what it was, but conditions were perfect. We weren't too hot, we weren't too cold. Managed to fall asleep right away and just sleep through the night. And Milo even did a great job too. For a puppy, at home we've got him sleeping in a crate. This was his first time sort of like in the bed with us. We only had to get up once in the middle of the night to take him out to potty at about 5, and then he came back up and went back to bed. It was perfect. We're well rested. This dude just got to eat breakfast, and now it's time for us to get going on ours. We'll pick you up over there.
Hi, cutie. You gonna dig it up? Oh, good. Good, we needed someone to design a tunnel, thank you. Oh my goodness.
All right, so for breakfast this morning, we're making one of my favorite breakfast dishes when we're out here camping, chilaquiles. They are such a delicious, savory, easy to make breakfast thing when we're out here. You just need one pot. Cleanup is fairly simple. If you've never had chilaquiles before, it's basically breakfast nachos. We're gonna start with some eggs in the pan on a medium-low heat. Get them just barely starting to scramble while they're still wet and gooey before they've cooked all the way. We're gonna get the chips in there, get those coated with the eggs, and then we're gonna go in with some salsa, finish it off with some cheese and some guac, and that's all there is to it. Less than 10 minutes, you've got breakfast going. It's delicious, it's filling, it's spicy. There's nothing not to love. Papalote, Serrano Tomatillo Salsa. Typically we use the habanero one, but Safeway didn't have it this time. Start with about half your jar, I think. And we mix. Definitely want to have enough salsa just to get everything nice and coated. All right, chilaquiles are an incredibly easy breakfast to make. It took about 7 minutes to throw this together. It's the perfect combination of the chips and the eggs and the salsa and the guac, especially if you had a few too many drinks last night around the campfire or looking up at the stars. It is the perfect hangover breakfast, I swear. Don't sleep on chilaquiles, the breakfast nachos. Seriously, give them a try. What's not to love? We're gonna dive into these. We're gonna play in the river a little bit. Milo's already down there running around. Let me show you this. He's exploring. He's already Up and at him this morning, had his breakfast, and he says, I'm ready to explore. Gotta have some coffee. All right, it's late morning now. We did a little police call of our campsite, got it cleaned up, picked up some other folks' trash. Guys, I gotta implore, try to leave no trace. Leave the places you go to better than you find them so that we can all keep enjoying them. iKamper's packed away. Everything's up in the truck. What we're gonna do now is take Milo on a little walk. There's a cool little meadow down here that we're gonna check out, get him hopefully tired out so that he just zonks and sleeps the entire car ride home. And we'll see how it goes.
Dude. Go. You're leading the way. Yeah.
Good bull. What you think, dude? You ready to head home? All right, folks, that'll do it for this video. And that'll do it for our time here along the banks of the South Fork of the Stanislaus River. We're so happy you could join us for this trip. Milo's very first overnight camping trip. I think he's got many more coming in his future. Until next time though, get out and explore somewhere. We're here in the Stanislaus now.